Wow, really? Tree hugger? I mean, it fits within the naming structure of Equestria, but this is a label that's meant to be insulting to environmentalists and some forms of hippies. Seriously, they can get away with tree hugger, but not derpy hooves? Okay, whatever. On the other hoof, way to go, Fluttershy, on making more friends outside of the niche that we always see you with. For her, being able to make new friends was once a struggle to even speak, so it's good to see how far she's come in the series. Greetings and welcome, bronies and random YouTubers. My name is Shadowfire, and I'm here to give you my opinion/review of Season 5, Episode 7, Make New Friends, but Keep Discord. What can I say about this episode? Well, first off, I'm going to change the formula of my review a little. The episodes from now on will still get an A+ through F grade, but I'm not going to use the category system from before, because I actually kind of find that it seems a bit contrived now that I look back at it. You know, one of those good idea at the time sort of things. So, I'm just going to talk about my views on the episodes from now on and just give it a grade at the end. With that in mind, this episode didn't do too much for me story-wise. It's once again an episode that relies mostly on comedy to tell a usual jealousy story, but unlike most of the cliché stories about jealousy, this one both works and it doesn't. It doesn't work because the lesson in this episode is that you can have more than one friend for different reasons. Discord already knew that, or should have, because Fluttershy and supposedly Discord himself have at least 5 or 6 other friends if you include Spike. How it does work, though, is that Discord, being so new to the concept of friends and the fact that he is a spoiled child at heart, is the sort of character who would probably need to learn this lesson. If you take away the fact that he should already know this lesson. The story had promise at its core, but it could have used a little tweaking to more justify Discord's jealousy, or rather to make it gradually build rather than suddenly be at a high. Sure, you could say that there was a bit of build over the course of the episode, but no, there wasn't. Discord was jealous, full throttle from the get-go, and that's not build, that's just a constant high.
Whoa! Dude, that's creepy.
Now, you wouldn't think that the main 6 would want to go back to the gala after the last fiasco. It wasn't exactly a fun party.
This ain't what I expected at all.
And it's not what I dreamed.
This isn't at all what I imagined.
This isn't what I hoped.
This isn't hanging out.
This isn't what I wished for.
But I think that now that they know not to have unrealistic expectations, they might actually enjoy themselves this time. Little did they know that the gala was cursed last year. A curse that makes it so that it will always become a mess from that day forth in order to please Celestia and entertaining hijinks.
Pardon me, Princess, but tonight was just awful.
Oh, Twilight, the Grand Galloping Gala is always awful.
It is?
That is why I was thrilled you were all attending. I was hoping you could liven things up a bit.
But let's face it, after 1,000 years of the posh and boring galas, Celestia deserves some entertaining ones. Luna is my favorite princess, but that doesn't mean I don't like Celestia. In fact, I love Celestia's character. I just wish she had more screen time that wasn't just princess exposition. Like in this episode. Celestia was mostly what made this episode for me in the end. And speaking of the gems that made this episode for me,
My little sister's all grown up!
Hey!
this moment seems a little ridiculous, but For those of you out there with little siblings that you actually have a good relationship with, you know that you can empathize with Applejack. I do, though that doesn't stop me from cracking up every time I see this. The way Applejack delivered the line was just, it makes it so gosh darn funny. Unfortunately, the CMC were rather jarring to listen to in the Carousel Boutique. I get that it was supposed to be like kids getting really excited and sing-songing what it is they're excited about, but it really sounds like they're just rubbing it in Discord's face, and it's rather annoying. It almost sounds like the kids that were tormenting Fluttershy about not being able to fly very well.
We're plus ones! We're plus ones! We're plus ones! Want some cake?
Yeah, I know the reference. Doesn't mean I need to point it out like every pony else.
Actually, Pinkie Pie, who are you taking to... I mean, do you...
Oh no! The shippers!
Back off, creature! Back to the pit from whence you came!
It's a joke. Don't get butthurt over it. That aside, I love how Discord is the spirit of chaos, and yet he can't handle Pinkie Pie.
He wants all of the cakes!
Oh, sweet Luna on high, the fourth wall!
I realized, of course! Who loves fancy, exciting affairs more than any pony else? My sister Maud!
Yeah, Maud would really insert obligatory rock pun here at the gala.
You want none of the cakes now?
Poor Pinkie Pie. If there's one thing that really gets under my skin, it's when my efforts are wasted, and I understand your frustration.
Radical to meet you. Really digging your vibe.
Insert obligatory hippie joke here. Now, what's most terrifying about this chaos zone is that it seems to be a different dimension of which we later find out Discord can in fact open portals to. But no, this is an actual place somewhere within Equestria, else the male pony wouldn't have been able to get there, or he would have asked to be sent back to his world rather than asking for directions. I mean, maybe there's a fixed portal somewhere, but this place is apparently accessible to any pony. Who knows how long the male pony was stuck there? If not for the fact that this show is probably never going to cross that line, the male pony could have been floating by, dead from starvation. Then again, he did just get carried off by a big intimidating creature. Perhaps he's gonna get eaten. Or, and I wouldn't be surprised by this, he made a new friend and the creature took him to the exit of the Chaos Zone.
Why is this so late?
Wow. Bone-chilling delivery, Mr. Delancey. Hey! Mima boys! Found your cousin! He's in a different show! Oh, wow! Am I making a bunch of jokes linking to other shows in my review of this episode? Yeah, I've been watching way too much of I Love Kim Possible lots of reviews. It's rubbing off on me. Curse you, KP, the reference queen!
You think you're all that, but you're not!
Love you, Kim. The Smooze wasn't what every pony was expecting, mostly because he's a recreation of a Gen 1 villain, and I'm not exactly disappointed. I wish he appeared more sentient, because it seems more like he's a pet than anything else, though if they gave him a voice, what would he sound like?
Give me back my medal right now!
Possibly, but I'd love it if they gave him a deep voice, like Barry White or something.
I've got to keep you pleased in every way I can.
Oh yeah, smooth.
How did you even know to look for an aura in a waterfall?
The way Fluttershy said it kind of makes it sound like there's a creature called an aura, which would be interesting.
I'm Tree Hugger. Blessings.
You have met me before, actually.
Cool. Like in another life, maybe?
Insert obligatory hippie joke here. Seriously, I'd face hoof if I had that aspect drawn. Starting to think I should get on that, but I'm behind on my reviews already, so what free time I can spare for this, it's gonna be on catching up on videos.
Face, the smoothinator. Well, I mean, that's what we called him back in college.
Wait. Discord went to college? What could some pony like you possibly major in?
Child psychology.
No. This usually isn't my shtick. Stop using references to other things. At least so often. Once you get past the fact that Discord's whole reason for being jealous is because of the whole having more than one friend thing, and that doesn't make sense because of the 6 other friends that Fluttershy obviously has, his performance is actually really well done. He never had a friend before Fluttershy, so it makes sense that he would be this juvenile about the subject matter, and it's always almost comical, rather than annoying because, well, hey, let's face it, it could have been. Yep, still love that face. I hear a couple people giving Rarity guff for this whole naked joke, but I don't think that it was a naked joke, at least not in its entirety. I think that it was more just Rarity being Rarity. At the gala without her fancy dress on, it must have been mortifying for her. Not because she's not covered, but because she puts a lot of stock in her fashion, especially at a posh event like this.
I've only got these tiny mismatched wings, and even I can fly better than Twilight Sparkle. Am I right? Pachoo!
Hey!
That joke was actually a little funny, but it was made even more so by the reactions of Twilight and Celestia. Need I say anything? Maud! The lovable, dry humor deadpan pony that we all fell in love with, well, most of us, back in Maud Pie. This is gonna be good.
You're supposed to say who's there! This is the most basic of jokes!
You're the most basic of jokes.
Actually, that was a little harsh, to be honest. Now, when Treehugger calms Smooth, it's hilarious that she's using a whinny to do so, since we rarely actually hear equine noises from the show. Not that I mind that. But I've also got to wonder about Discord's history with the Smooths, because though him saying that they were really close was a lie, when he says that he's known Smooths for ages, I'm pretty sure he was telling the truth. Did they actually go to college together? At this time, Discord is pushed over the edge and attempts to send Treehugger to another dimension, and I think that Sock Puppet was a reference to something, but I don't know from what. And I like how when Fluttershy confronts Discord, Treehugger is just completely mellow about the whole thing as she hovers from a portal to another dimension that she was being threatened to be banished to. Fluttershy unloads on Discord and he suddenly realizes that he overreacted, and I think it was handled well considering his self-centered nature, yet he's trying to be good and learn to be better. And again, what's really awesome with Treehugger is that she's willing to forgive him, but flat up says, "I'm still miffed, so let me calm down before you try to give me a hug." It shows that even though it looks like all is suddenly forgiven, like usual by the end of an episode like this, there's actually some residual and completely justified ruffled feathers. I also like that Discord apologizes to Smooth. It makes it seem as though Smooth isn't a pet, but an actual character, like he should be. But seriously, they should have given it a voice. Even if it was right at the end to just forgive Discord. In fact, that was a pretty big missed opportunity to do the whole "you can talk" gag.
I like it too.
Now that's the dry Maud Pie humor that I know and love. What? No, Shipper, stay back! Just because I said no to Pinky Corn does not mean that you should make Smooth pie!
But it turns out I was in over my head.
You have nothing to apologize for. This has been the most fun gala in years.
I know. It was a what? but there was ooze all over the place. And one of the guests threatened to send some pony to another dimension.
I know. Can you imagine how dull it would have been if I hadn't invited Discord? Come on! The night is still young.
Did that really just happen? Did that really just happen? Oh, Celestia is threatening to take Luna's place as best princess. She hasn't yet, but more of that sort of thing, and maybe. Speaking of Luna, why wasn't she at the gala? She should have been there, even if it was just mingling in the background. And no, Shadow, Luna is best princess, yes, but you aren't one of those uncontrollable fanboys who will go on a tangent every time there's a missed opportunity to put her in an episode. Still, rather disappointing that she wasn't there. Overall, this was an entertaining episode. I didn't expect the main six would ever want to go back to the gala, but I'm glad they did. This was a good episode, though not lacking in some plot holes. It had some world building and a good amount of comedy, and a fantastic resolution. There are some things to nitpick about, consistency and all that, but overall, this was an entertaining episode with a good lesson that I knew a few individuals once upon a time who could have stood to learn this lesson, yet never did. There were also several missed opportunities throughout, but take away the expectation and judging on what was there, and I think this is a B+ episode. That about wraps things up here. Let me know what you think of the formula of my review in the comments below, and I hope to see you all next time when I review The Lost Treasure of Griffinstone. Until then, remember to have fun. Bye!